assess how aspects of the entrepreneurial personality reflect entrepreneurial motivation and mindset. Lesson Aim. The aim of this video is to help you to determine and assess the key aspects of an entrepreneurial mindset. Lesson Objective. By the end of the video, you should be able to understand the Big 5 personality traits and understand the relationship between Big 5 personality traits and entrepreneurial motivation. The Big 5 personality traits. The Big 5 model, also known as the 5-factor model, is the most widely accepted personality theory held by psychologists today. The theory states that personality can be boiled down to 5 core factors, which are extraversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and neuroticism. The Big 5 model provides a general framework that could be used to examine the effects of personality traits on the motivation to become an entrepreneur. The Big 5 model of personality is probably one of the most comprehensive and parsimonious personality taxonomies. Meta-analytic evidences have shown that the Big 5 personality traits affect the odds of getting motivated to become an entrepreneur. How aspects of the entrepreneurial personality reflect entrepreneurial motivation and mindset. 1. Extraversion. Extraversion is an aspect of personality which reflects the tendency and intensity to which someone seeks interaction with their environment, particularly socially. It encompasses the comfort and assertiveness levels of people in social situations. It also includes characteristics such as fun-loving, outgoing, talkativeness, assertiveness, and ambition. Those who score low in extraversion are often referred to as introverts. These people tend to be more reserved and quieter. They prefer listening to others rather than needing to be heard. Introverts often need periods of solitude to regain energy, as attending social events can be very tiring for them. It is important to note that introverts do not necessarily dislike social events, but instead find them tiring. Therefore, it could be established that extraversion is more suitable and a valuable trait for entrepreneurs, because they need to spend a lot of time interacting with investors, employees, and customers, and will need to sell their products or services using this aspect of personality. Extraversion is positively related to motivation in enterprising occupations. They thrive in social situations and feel comfortable voicing their opinions. They tend to gain energy and become excited from being around others. Research indicates that people who score high on extraversion are more likely than others to become entrepreneurs. 2. Openness to experience. Openness to experience characterizes someone who is open to novel experiences and ideas, and who is imaginative, innovative, and reflective. It is also referred to as the willingness to try new things, as well as engage in intellectual activities. It includes the ability to think outside the box. Such attributes are important for entrepreneurs, as they need to explore new ideas and take innovative approaches to the development of products and the organization of businesses. Research confirms the positive association between openness to experience and the odds of being an entrepreneur. Those who score high on openness to experience are perceived as creative and artistic. They prefer variety and value independence. They are curious about their surroundings, and enjoy traveling and learning new things, which reflect entrepreneurial personality. On the other hand, people who score low on openness to experience prefer routine. They are uncomfortable with change and trying new things, so they prefer the familiar over the unknown. As they are practical people, they often find it difficult to think creatively or abstractly, which rarely reflect the entrepreneurial personality. 3. Agreeableness. Agreeableness characterizes someone who is cooperative, trusting, forgiving, tolerant, courteous, and soft-hearted. It also refers to how people tend to treat relationships with others. Unlike extraversion, which consists of the pursuit of relationships, agreeableness focuses on people's orientation and interactions with others. Agreeable people are less likely to start businesses, because people with this trait are less likely to pursue their own self-interest, drive difficult bargains, or use others to achieve their objectives. On the other hand, less agreeable people also are more skeptical than others, which makes them more likely to have a critical approach to assessing business information, hence, reflects entrepreneurship nature. Although they may be perceived as suspicious, manipulative, and uncooperative sometimes. But these attributes make them perceive what others could not perceive, and exploit the associated opportunities. While the high agreeable people can be described as soft-hearted, trusting, and well-liked, their desire to achieve consensus make them less able to think outside the box and exploit opportunities. 4. Conscientiousness. Conscientiousness describes a person's ability to regulate their impulse control, to engage in goal-directed behaviors. It measures elements such as control, inhibition, and persistency of behavior. This trait is associated with dependability, hard work, and perseverance. Those who score high on conscientiousness can be described as organized, disciplined, detail-oriented, thoughtful, and careful. They also have good impulse control, which allows them to complete tasks and achieve goals. On the other hand, those who score low on conscientiousness may struggle with impulse control, leading to difficulty in completing tasks and fulfilling goals. They tend to be more disorganized and may dislike too much structure. They may also engage in more impulsive and careless behavior. Entrepreneurs need to be high on conscientiousness, since they need to be organized and deliberate to achieve their goals. They also need to be persistent and put in the hard work necessary to overcome obstacles, such as failure to obtain financing, or cost overruns that associate with the entrepreneurial ventures. Research confirms the positive association between conscientiousness and the tendency to be an entrepreneur. 5. Neuroticism. Neuroticism describes the overall emotional stability of an individual, through how they perceive the world. It considers how likely a person is to interpret events as threatening, or difficult. It also includes one's propensity to experience negative emotions. Those who score high on neuroticism often feel anxious, worried, insecure, embarrassed, and emotional. On the other hand, the emotionally stable people are considered as more likely to start their own businesses, because entrepreneurs need a high tolerance to stress, to cope with the hard work. They are more likely to feel calm, secure, and self-satisfied, which reflect the nature of entrepreneurship. This is because entrepreneurs have high self-esteem, and remain resilient. A variety of studies show that people who are emotionally stable are more likely than others to engage in entrepreneurship. Key points. Extraversion could be considered as to be more suitable and a valuable trait for entrepreneurs, because they need to spend a lot of time interacting with investors, employees, and customers, and have to sell their products or services using this aspect of personality. Openness to experience is important for entrepreneurs, as they need to explore new ideas and take innovative approaches to the development of products and the organization of businesses. Less agreeable people may be perceived as suspicious, manipulative, and uncooperative. But these attributes make them perceive what others could not perceive, and exploit the associated opportunities. Entrepreneurs need to be high on conscientiousness, since they need to be organized and deliberate to achieve their goals. They also need to be persistent and put in the hard work necessary to overcome obstacles that are associated with entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs need to be emotionally stable, which is required for starting their businesses, because they will need to tolerate stress and cope with the hard work.